Well, this little Miss Gold Digger, the cat, she's doing great. Getting along with my boys too. I'm going to go over something. This is going to be subjective. This is I'm just doing this outside here. On the Parazapper, I've been using all the zappers. I've been using My Plus. I've been using the 6-pack. Right now, I'm using the CC2 and that one there. And I ordered an Uzi 3 and also asked them about upgrading my regular Parazapper My to a My 3. I don't know. But I think Parazapper's gotten, I heard he got cyber attacked and his internet and phone system's down temporarily for a few days. And I wonder why those things happen. Anyway, now right now I got a body tester coming from Thunderbolt, and I'm going to test, it's going to be tested a bunch of times because I'm going to run a test. Actually, I feel pretty damn good, but I've been using this Parazapper now, I think it's way more than 16 hours a day, more like 20 hours a day. For, when the heck did I start doing this? Probably, it was more than a week ago. And, I felt really good when I started experimenting with the activated charcoal. Then all of a sudden I felt, but then I wasn't using the Parazapper for a couple weeks. And all of a sudden I felt sluggish and stuff. And this is subjective, okay? But like I said, we're getting into some other tests and we're going to try to, be more pinpoint accurate on this. That's one reason I'm getting that Thunderbolt body tester, because I'm going to see where I'm at right now. But right now I feel pretty damn good. Actually, when I went to the doctor and I ignored going to the urologist because I says, man, these people are just going to give you meds and stuff. I don't know, what is it, a month ago or so? She said I had like white blood cells and excess amount of white blood cells and some blood in the urine, and so it indicates like a bladder infection or something, which could indicate some other kind of infection or something. I don't know what the hell. And I'm not ignoring the test, and they retested it and stuff. Yeah, it was there. So actually, it was a little worse. So when I took the activated charcoal, wow, I feel really. I don't know what the hell it is. I'm not the only one that says this, though. A lot of people feel like they got more energy with that stuff after they take it. It seems like it takes out toxins, which are slowing you down, right? I don't know. That was my experience, because I was out, I was taking her to the vet, and early in the morning, and I had to go pick her up later in the day, and I was out there trimming trees and, loading up branches, taking branches to the place where you got to take the branches from. Stuff left over from the hurricane, right? Irma. Now it's all clear. See that? All that down there, it's all clear. Just these are a few bags of leaves over there. It's all that's clear. That big mountain from down there, from actually all the way to hell over there to there, higher than a fence, was loaded up. So anyway. And I got to look back at my videos, but I think it's been at least 10 days I've been using the Parazappers extensively. Maybe 18 to 20 hours a day. And what I do is, like right now, I'm outside, obviously. I got one of the copper plates wrapped up in a paper towel, and it's got a cloth on it. It's wet. Of course, my sock gets a little wet. I got it right here stuck on my foot. And sometimes I just take the other one, I put it in a waistband, I put it under my arm, whatever, you know what I mean? And I take these contacts, and I flip them around. Sometimes I put this wire on this side and this wire on that side, because right now that's the ground side. If I want to make the ground side the positive offset side, I flip them around. The positive offset side probably knocks out anything bad, plus it supercharges that part of the body. But when you're running different frequencies, even the frequency that's going through here is knocking out microbes or having some benefits. That's a theory. And his zappers have the most common right frequencies, or quote unquote the most common frequencies used on a consolidated annotated frequency list. That's what he puts in his zappers. And the more money you pay for a zapper, the more frequencies it has, the more modes. This one's actually a really good one, man. It's My Plus. The My Plus 3 has, I don't know, I think it's 276 frequencies. I forget. I don't remember. But even the 6-pack with 14 frequencies, using enough. You know, I compare it to like this. I used to, this guy, he was a lieutenant in the Marine Corps, and he used to be, his father owned a dojo with martial arts, right, in Paris, France, right? He had a black belt in 5 different martial arts, 2nd degree black belt. 5 different martial arts, right? He compared the Japanese white belts they thought were going up against the European brown belts. This is, I'm leading up to something here, right? And everybody thought these European brown belts were going to clobber the Japanese white belts. No, the Japanese white belts clobbered them. And the reason is, even though I think they only knew 3 moves to be a white belt, it wasn't like you just learned the move and went to, learn some moves, and you go to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, and you learn the moves, and you go to the next thing. They were practicing these things like 10, 12 hours a day, those 3 moves. They knew them very, very well. Plus, they were like moves that worked in a lot of situations. That's my point on zappers. You can even have this 6-pack, and it can work better than even a My Plus 3 if you're a person using the 6-pack for many, many, many hours a day, and you decide to use the My Plus 3 20, 30 minutes because it's a real expensive zapper, a lot of modes. You know what I mean? It's like comparing you know what I mean? You got to use the crap out of it. That's the difference. So don't get, if you don't have the money for something, I think that one's like $109, that 6-pack. It's pretty cheap, man. I mean, it's cheap. Any zapper out there, even if it's a single or 2, 3 frequencies, they're like $50. The Extreme was a pretty good one, $50. But for $109, that one's a better deal, I think. But I've been using the crap out of these things for the last 2 weeks now. And man, I'm like, pretty freaking strong, man. So I'm anxious to get this body tester. I might even get the Thunderbolt 12-volt version of the zapper. I might get his thing too. I don't know. I'm gonna be experimenting around with these things. I think they're not just antimicrobial, but the thing is, say for instance, you lived in if your body was free of all microbes, that would extend life. But I think with like I said before, I think with the positive offset, it's actually boosting life itself. I think it's an electron donor for the actual normal blood cells. Hulda Clark kind of indirectly said that because she says it supercharges temporarily your white blood cells, your white immune system, white blood immune system cells. Temporarily it supercharges them. That's what she said. That's what the positive offset, she said, does. And it also kills the microbes. I went over that in her video, but I'm just saying that, I don't know, it's very subjective. But then I'm also a type of person that has an extreme bullshit detector, and I'll call something out like that's bullshit. Like, I don't want to knock the Bob Beck blood electrifier because there is actual merit to that thing, and there's certain things about it that where it's unique. It actually temporarily makes I think it's what it's doing is it's helping the frequency, and also the voltage is pretty high in that. It's 31 volts. That kills microbes, or at least knocks them down pretty good. It's nowhere near, in my opinion, nowhere near as strong as using a zapper with positive offset technology for killing microbes. But combined with, nutrients and herbs and things that Bob Beck said not to take, like garlic and stuff, it might actually be very powerful. I don't know. I found out, Bob Beck was, he used to work for Lockheed Martin, and he made a lot of contradictory statements. Like, for instance, frequency doesn't matter was one thing he used to say. But then he was called as a contractor for the U.S. military because they were using, the Russians many decades ago were using frequencies against the embassy, the U.S. embassy in Moscow, to make the people lethargic and falling asleep and stuff like that. And he found out what they were doing. He's very much aware that frequencies do matter. They can make you go to sleep. They can make, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff out there, man. And there's stuff out there that would boggle your mind. There's frequencies out there that can make cancer tumors grow. I don't want to say what they are. They're not in the zappers. There's stuff that can kill human beings. They're in the megahertz. I mean, they're in, well, I'll tell you what can theoretically kill a human. 388,000 megahertz. You know, these are like way below that. These are safe. These zappers are like, you know, it's technology that's been around for 8 million years now, well, like 50 years. But there's stuff you could do harm. That's what I kind of cringe about some of this technology, because anytime you got something good like nuclear power for free, you know, energy or something, they weaponize it, right? Pretty soon we won't be having guns. We'll be having zapper ray guns like on Star Trek or some shit, right? So, I mean, that's where it's going, you know? So, the problems of the world are not going to end unless you freaking use a calm, cool head. Don't rely on government to fix your problems. You know what I'm saying? That includes the police. Everybody, you know what I mean? You know, it's not gonna, nothing's gonna go away. Someday, I think the Italian mafia is gonna, instead of dealing in drugs, they're gonna be dealing in whole field vitamins, because the FDA is gonna say they're illegal. Okay? I mean, that's the way it's gonna go. That's the way it's gonna go. But I'm gonna tell you right now, subjectively, this damn thing, and you know what? Maybe I wasn't gonna say this, but you know, you take a crap in number 2. You know, if the stuff floats, that means you're alkaline. Well, it wasn't floating, that half was floating, half wasn't. Now it's floating. So I don't know if this thing is actually alkalizing my body. That's one thing I'm going to try to find out with a pH tester too. I don't know if it is or isn't. But if it's killing so many bad microbes and they're going out of my system, those are the alkaline stuff. And if it's supercharging the white blood cells, I assume it's supercharging the red blood cells, and it's probably supercharging, I would think, anything that's negatively charged, like beneficial bacteria. It's probably supercharging that stuff too. So I wear this thing pretty much all the time. Now, I'm going to probably wear the Extreme Zapper. It's about this big. It's even smaller than this. And it's only $50 when I'm working on this thing. Because I'm probably going to jack this thing up today, get it up on jack stands, and work on taking down a Y pipe and installing new donuts and the heat riser bypass, and trying to get the exhaust system nice and quiet on this thing. And I don't feel like wearing my Parazapper when I'm working on a car, you know. Because I've been trying to, you know, I could do some stuff wearing a Parazapper, but working on a car, I don't know. I don't know about that shit, you know. Maybe if I'm doing a carburetor, but if I'm laying on the ground, I don't know if I want to be. So I'll probably use the Extreme for that thing. So, just going to tell you, man, honestly, very, very honestly, subjectively, and you know, I've been using these things quite a bit, so like I'm pretty much detoxed, and you know, microbes are pretty much out of me. Like usually when you start with zappers, you don't want to start too hard and too fast, because you get the die-off is toxic, and you got to let your body get rid of the die-off of bad microbes. So, but something wasn't really right there for a while, and it did show up on this urine analysis, some kind of, you know, not visible blood, but blood in the urine, and white blood cells, twice. So, and I was feeling kind of slowed down. That's when I took the freaking activated charcoal, and that worked for a while. Then I Actually, I didn't take the activated charcoal after a few days, and I started feeling sluggish. And I've been taking the diatomaceous earth every day, though. I've been taking some of that. I'll put it on hamburgers. I mean, I don't eat a perfect diet, man. Hamburgers with hot sauce and ketchup and a bunch of vegetables or whatever, you know, like salad mixed on a hamburger. Coconut oil, garlic, diatomaceous earth. But I've been using the zapper ever since I started using the zapper, using the crap out of this thing. I'm like, wow, man. I don't know. But I've been hanging around here more and not going out to the gym in different places much because I was kind of trying to get her accustomed to the boys inside, and she actually is getting accustomed to the boys inside, so pretty good. But she comes out every once in a while. She's a prima donna. We'll go outside. Oh, fuck it. She don't go nowhere. I don't worry about her going outside because she stays within a 10-foot radius. She don't wander. Some other cat, you put them outside 3 miles later, you know, like, you know, they might come back 2-3 days later. Not this one. She don't want to go. She don't go nowhere, so I ain't afraid to put her outside. But we got diatomaceous earth for fleas, so anyway, big believer in these products, and I don't, you know, to tell you the truth, I don't think, pretty much, I'm going to tell you, I think a lot of the zappers work good. You got it, like I said, I'm giving you an example of the white belts versus the brown belts as an analogy. I mean, even if you had a zapper with 3 frequencies, and you're using it 12 hours a day, and you got a zapper with, you know, I don't know, 276 frequencies or something, and you use it 20 minutes a day, the one with the 3 frequencies is going to outperform the other one because of the amount of use you're doing. So you be aware of that, and also how well your contacts are on the body. You know, if you're using, I like using those paddles. They're like copper. I might get some pure zinc ones too, 100% pure zinc, because they never tarnish, and then you'll get some zinc in your body or something. But you know, copper's good too. I mean, if they tarnish a little bit, they still work perfect, even when they're fairly well tarnished, so it don't matter. So, but anyway, you know, I'm telling you an honest, it's like there's no test yet. There's going to be a test. We're going to see what's happening. If my test on this Thunderbolt body tester looks good, I'm going to say, yeah, it's probably because of this thing. You know, I'm not sure whose product is the best, though, to tell you the truth. I don't know. But I do know, like, I mean, I could say Spooky 2, you can run all the frequencies in the world any which way you want. Trouble is, you can't walk around with the machine. You see what I'm saying? Even this Thunderbolt zapper, it's either plugged into the wall or you got a battery pack, and you can't, you know, you're using, I don't know, the way it's set up, I can't walk around with it. I don't know, maybe that thing works wonders too. I don't know. I haven't tried yet. I don't know if maybe I'm going to try that some months later. I don't know. Right now I'm concentrating on the Parazapper because I think he makes the best zappers. And, you know, basically this is what, when they came out with the contact type Rife machine, which wasn't what Royal Rife was doing, they call it the contact type. Let's call it the John Crane machine. And it's, you know, it's John Crane's frequencies plus Hulda Clark's positive offset, but it's very accurate. You know, he's got a very accurate stabilized wave with a pedestal offset. So, I don't know. Seems to work like a son of a bitch, okay, if you're using the hell out of it. I'm thinking is, you know, maybe I might get a rubberized, I'm trying to find some weightlifting equipment. There's like thigh straps or something you can put on your thigh, like in here, you know, put it right in here, out here. You can run one over here, right? You know, and then, I don't know, maybe you can have one on your, I mean, you know what I mean, switch it up. If you can wear it, and it's not bothering you, and it's unobtrusive, and you just, you know, and I'm using rechargeable batteries, and I'm recharging the batteries with the Bedini charger, you know, it's not a big deal, it's no problem. You know, it's like carrying your cell phone around. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal, except for a couple wires. But if you got those set up, even if you had them inside one on each side of your belt, you know, somehow with a rubberized belt, even that would do some good, right? There she goes. Meow, meow, meow. This cat sleeps on a foot of my bed. She's there like glue. And then if I want to get up, she follows me. She don't go nowhere. I'm surprised whoever had this cat and didn't want it anymore, there must have been some jerks, because this cat is the most unobtrusive cat I ever seen in my life. Anyway, she's getting along with my boys, so. You want to stand on a Parazapper? Yeah, she don't know. Wish I could teach her that shit. It'd be pretty wild.